things that we do in this country. I want to take you back memory lane. This is democracy, where you give people freedom to express their views, and people's opinion, you know, will gain ground when you have a majority views. This is democracy. Is a game of number. When you have Nigerians or people coming to protest over a certain issue, you then look at it. Okay, what are the number of those who actually needed this, want this thing to happen, and who are the number of those who are against it? For you to allow the system to flourish, they will have to go with majority. But majority opinion in this country today is not longer working, and it's a dangerous trend. Let me digress a little bit so that we understand this. During President Goodluck Jonathan, the issue of removal of subsidy, Jonathan felt at that particular time that subsidy is a scam, and the need to stop or remove subsidy completely can never be overemphasized. Unfortunately, Nigerians protested. Jonathan, as a Democrat, quickly responded to Nigerians' call. He said, okay, let's have a win-lose game. We lose some, we lose some. The government wins some and loses some. Nigeria wins some and loses some. We now met at equilibrium points. Subsidy then was being reverted. Partially, it was removed. And we have now that protest actually worked. Democracy actually worked then. During the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, he removed subsidy. You understand? Nigerians, through labor union, protested. The protest was not so resounding. You understand? It means it's getting weaker. It's getting weak and weak. Now, Nigerians protested through labor union, and look at what happened. When this administration came on board, they removed, nobody say anything. So keeping quiet, this conspiracy of silence is killing the country. No matter how you think your economic expertise, the level of your economic expertise, the reality on ground outshine your expertise prowess. So you have to allow the system to work in such a way that people don't cry. What is the essence of doing something that people are crying? Now, the position of Wike, Nigerians are crying. In a normal climate where things work, Wike should have been fired. But outcry of Nigerians doesn't work. Now, INEC boss. One problem Nigerians are having today is issue of election. Be it local government election, state election, federal election, there is a problem generally in the electoral cycle of this country. Whether it is electoral law or whether the official money in the election or whatever, there is serious problem. And you see many youths now are championing a cause of saying there must be electoral reform in this country. We must get correct leaders into office. Our vote must count. We must give mandate to people who we have confidence in. For you to do all these things, you must have an electoral empire, the boss, and all other staff who will be working alongside with you, who have integrity. Whose integrity can never be doubted. Now here you are, giving a position of INEC to somebody whose integrity is in question. The problem the country is facing now, the major threat that is, giving Nigerian leaders restless and sleepless night is issue of Trump attempt to come to Nigeria, and it's a sort of the gap in the leadership. If the leaders have done what they should have done, there wouldn't be a reason for Trump and the United States of America threatening Nigeria to come in. But what do? You have to deal with it. You are now bringing another person again whose integrity is being in question, who actually is being accused as fingered as one of those people who wrote an article that have gave America the impetus to now say they are now coming. He gave Nigeria, American the reason to come and say they want to strike in Nigeria today. The article you wrote, genocide in Nigeria, implication for international community, is now, after 4 years or 5 years, is now raising doors every here and there. And they are now saying he should be removed. Where integrity works, ordinarily on his own, since my integrity is doubted, I am now in the coastline where I have to mediate between the north, the south, the Muslim, the Christian, the yoke, and all to make sure that I champion a cause of bringing a leader that in a process that's going to be there's not going to be partial, free, fair, and credible, and my integrity is doubted. Why don't I resign? Nigerians will never trust Amupitan to conduct free, fair election. Why? Because he championed the issue of religion, Christian genocide, whatever genocide in the country, and you want that person to man Nigerian electoral empire? Somebody who doesn't have that nationalist spirit. Okay, look at Obasanjo today. Obasanjo, I don't want to be talking about IBB, so I don't feel because we are close to IBB, and that's why I'm bringing Obasanjo now. No matter what you want to say about Obasanjo, Obasanjo is one Nigerian leader who have an in-depth spirit of nationalism. Obasanjo put Nigeria before any other thing. He doesn't discriminate along religious line or travel, whatever. Today, the president of the country is a Yoruba man, the same tribe with Obasanjo, but Obasanjo will prefer to condemn this government rather than be hypocrite to embrace his or please his own tribe at the essence of the country. This is the same thing IBV, Absalam, and the life have done in this country. They have opportunity and they prove that they are national leaders. Today they are still alive. So what we are saying in essence is that if you want Nigeria to believe in the election that is coming up, now that they have started raising dust, do your findings. If Professor Joash Amuputan is found wanting of penning down an article that has to do with genocide in Nigeria, then it should be shown the way out. Only then Nigerians will have confidence that yes, the president will conduct election that's going to be free, fair, just like the way Jonathan have promised Nigerians in an election that even he himself is a player, but he's promised Nigerians he is going to conduct election that is free, fair, and credible, and that is the more reason why they brought Jega. Even when they knew that Jega as a co-northerner and a Muslim, where he is going to could be contending with a co-northerner, a Muslim northerner, and the Jega who more or less a Jega's kinsman, but he allowed Jega based on the credibility Nigerian trust that they have in Jega. Jega conducted that election. Good luck, let it go. And today we are enjoying peace. The peace Jonathan left for us is the remnant that we join today. So I think the president need to add up to the peace Jonathan left for Nigerians by doing the needful. What Nigeria want, do it for them. Nigeria have started raising. Don't mind the number. It might be 1 or 2 persons who have actually go into the archive to bring this thing, and if it is real, then do for Nigeria what you want, because if you allow it to go, as the election is approaching, you're going to be having a lot of criticism from left, right, up and down, and it will overwhelm your government. And if you are not careful, the whole world will be watching you, and they'll say, oh, you are about to conduct election that is free, that's not free, fair. Look at what is happening in Cameroon today. The president actually conducted election to favor himself. Are you having peace in Cameroon? We don't want that in Nigeria. We hope this message gets to the president.
All right, thank you very much. Kano, of course, that Osun APC Adeleke clash over alleged 1 trillion naira allocations, and then Christian genocide. We said that federal government directs universities to submit debt records for arrears payment. 1,894 illegal border routes threatened Nigeria's security, says reps. And then Vatican envoys blames Nigeria's insecurity on division. Again, Trump there says diplomatic channels are working effectively. All right, diplomatic channels are working effectively. The information minister is saying that. And then alleged money laundering. Court fixes Yaya Bello's trial for January 29. A federal high court in Abuja has adjourned the alleged money laundering trial of the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, to January 29th and 30th. And then he said February 4 and 5, 2026. That's like next year. for continuation of trial, Justice Emeka Nwete on Tuesday allowed the prosecution cancel. All right, and then China, European Union.
Excuse me. Reviving, resurrecting, bringing up Yaya's Bello. Will that dampen his spirits to continue to champion the cause of Omologo in 2020?
At all.
Because Yaya Bello, who was being wanted by the EFCC in previous months, is now enjoying free air, playing very good role.
Yes.
Even asking members of elected members of state assembly who came to his house, asking them to sit on the floor and ask them to support the governor, the current incumbent governor, whom he brought to power, that they should support all the bill, anything the governor brought, they should support. So Yaya Bello now is now a celebrity.
He's a free man.
Few months or few weeks back, if I'm not mistaken, there was a rally in Kogi State where he's saying that Tinubu should not come to Kogi, should not bother to come to Kogi 2027 to campaign, that Kogi, entire Kogi is his.
You know, such act is already showing, telling people where the judgment will swing to. Because no individual, I think if it's in the very same society, you start seeing individuals that are being accused of corrupt acts will find themselves, you know, quietly held somewhere, enjoying their private life, not coming to the public, and be boasting as if this is not an individual who has a case in the court, or this is not an individual who was allegedly, you know, said that he paid all the school fees of his children using government funds when he was about to leave office. That was the allegation. And this is an individual that is now working freely and boasting, controlling member of us, a state house of assembly. So that's why we are saying fight against corruption. When are we going to start seeing people jailed for life because this amount of money that has been put, that has been these individuals are being accused of stealing? It's really outrageous. So what do we do in a case like this? I expect if you are being accused of these kind of things, you just withdraw from the public activity. You remain there until you are cleared by the court of law. I know the law says you are innocent until proven guilty. But what about, where is our moral compass? Where is our moral compass? What do we do in a case like this? Should we also show the world that we don't really care about? See, in many cases, if you are caught like this, or if you have a case like this, if you are a government official or even a private individual, you start distancing yourself from people like that until they are proven. Why? Because the public will like, all of them are the same. They are doing the same thing. But as a government official, elected official, or a civil servant, you need to distance yourself from such an individual until he is proven innocent. But in Nigeria, such individual will continue to booger, move around, still control those in the office, those elected members. Where are we going? Is this how it's going to continue to be? What is this? Is this going to serve as deterrent? Sometimes, even before judgment, before a court judgment, believe me, if this is a country where we name and shame individuals, nobody would like to associate with them. And if this is a country where legislative arm is truly independent from the executive arm, these members would not have even visited him in the first place if they are actually independent. This is an individual who didn't have local government election but appointed chairmen and councillors. So why do you want to be associated with this individual? Why is this present federal government associating themselves? Why aren't they coming out to say, no, we are not associating ourselves with you until you are cleared in the court? But such individual will make statement, go to meetings with some government officials, and nothing happens. If we have shame in this country, we would have been naming and shaming these individuals even before the court pass its judgment, and that will also serve as deterrent. But when we hug them, we give them chieftaincy title, or we ban them and the rest, and we call them, and then we go to front of his house with traditional dancers and drummers and sing his name and praise him. What do you think is going to happen? Those in power will continue to also do the same thing, because at the end of the day, they know nothing is going to happen as long as they continue to support the present administration. This is how it's going to continue to be until we are really truthful to ourselves.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much. Most questions that Nigerians will ask, or frequently asked questions, of course, are we going to have free, fair, credible election come 2027? And again, are Nigerians' votes going to be counted? Those are the frequent questions. And how sure are you that those who are in Kogi, or the electorates in Kogi, are going to vote for the president of Nigeria? Again, how sure are you that in your own local government, as well as the former governor of that Kogi state, that people are going to vote for this president? What is your scorecard? The president, what is your scorecard? Now, we are holding them accountable now. What is your scorecard? How are you going to campaign? You're asking him not to come to Kogi. What have you, as the ex-governor of Kogi state, done for your people that, they are so happy about that? No, we are still going to vote the president come 2027. And then let's take for example our own state here, where the local government elections were held like 2 weeks ago, where we saw how some polling units, and then in some wards, people complained, and in some local government, people complained of INEC officials not arriving at the polling unit in time, and then when some came, they just thumbprinted, and then we heard that even 3 a.m. or so, some people, they announced results, they voted at night or thumbprinted at night, and at the end of the day, results came from those polling units. Now, let's tell each other the truth. There's somebody that Mr. Paya, interviewed here, and I like what that person said. From the depth of your heart, are you very sure that this election, you won the election? So, are you really very sure? Can you swear that you won the election? Now, my fear, because this is a year of judgment, kind of for me, my fear for them now is, you might get there, you might not enjoy your reign. You might get there, you might die in the process. You might get there, you will get confused. You might get there. You see, one thing I don't like is lobbying. My people will say, don't lobby for it. If God gives it to you, take it. But if God does not give it to you, don't fight for it.
Let me tell you one thing about politicians. Politicians are not whom you think they are. Politicians will fight, will lobby, understand, will do whatever it takes to get to wherever they want to go to. So now, you're talking about Kogi. If you are to talk about Kogi, it's showing like the people in Kogi are like zombies. Why did I call them zombies? They complain about their governor, the past governor. What he has done, he has not done anything, and he controlled the state like an authoritarian. Appointed chairman, appointed councillors, and nobody there could talk there. So what are we saying? If truly democracy is the will of the people, and the will of the people will have to come through what you have achieved as an elected official, then Kogi State will not vote for this particular individual.
Well, I'm afraid I would like to ask you to withdraw that statement, calling Kogi people zombie.
I know what I'm saying is
whether they say they are like zombie.
People,
it
is what they are also saying, that we can't even say anything.
No. This is one thing for you to go out and cast your vote. It's another thing for your vote to be counted.
Yeah.
Or for somebody to rob you.
So that's why.
So on that ground, what will you do? Don't you see how Kogi's election is very bloody?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Some people can sacrifice their life.
See, if during election in Kogi State, you hear gunshots.
How?
Gunshots.
So I think the good
because the stronger people would like to take control over the polling units, and they'll tell you that if you are not going to vote for this party, don't even come to this particular polling unit. So you now see people would stop going to that particular polling unit. You see what is happening in Kogi.
And in that regard,
yes,
I will still want to come back and say to, because of these reasons you are advancing, you may like, I wish you could withdraw that statement. I said, we are not, they are not,
people are not zombies.
They are not like
I have relatives there.
No, I know what I'm saying.
I have relatives there, and even one of my relatives was also a beneficiary of this councillorship position that was given to him also. So what I'm saying is, if you think it's an offense, okay, I will draw the statement.
They are not like that.
They are not zombies. So what I'm saying is, even my cousin, I have a cousin there who also benefited as a councillor.
Of course.
They were just giving there was no election. So if a true democracy is to be experimented, I don't think it should be in Kogi. Kogi should not be used as an example of where through democracy strive.
Okay, you are talking about Kogi.
Yes.
If you want to look at national election,
yes.
If you want to look at national election, this very one, are you now seeing a Mopiton, championing an election that's going to be free, fair, and credible? Now that there is a lot of intimidation, because there is this allegation of him enjoying some of this land that Wike is grabbing from people.
That's an allegation.
That's an allegation.
Anyways, no facts yet.
What I'm saying, once somebody's integrity is in question, when they brought Jega, Nigeria all love it. Jega is a professor. He's a political scientist. I'm privileged to attend one of his lectures. One of my my classmates.
I know when he was there.
When he was there, we used to go. If he's giving the lectures,
you just go and
yes.
sit and
so Jega is a very, very respected Nigerian who was apolitical then. They brought him from the academic environment, and he have that experience. You understand? He has that theoretical experience. They gave him opportunity to practicalize it. He did it for the first time. There was issues here and there. You understand? People are not happy with the way the election goes. At the end of the day, he has the privilege to conduct second election. And the people who are not happy before have their way, all of a sudden they are happy. So it's a vice versa. Whether it's but again, relatively you can see how Jega was able to manage the whole situation. And even when there was a drama at the collation center, final presidential collation center, when like I said before, we maybe want to stage a drama, because he knows that he has integrity to uphold his own integrity and the integrity of his own family, where he came from. You understand? He actually knew that he wasn't having any skeleton in the cupboard. So he stayed put, he was calm, so composed, and he dealt with the situation. You understand? But this one now, if you, as electoral empire, at the process of collation of result, if somebody want to divert attention and begin to bring some of those issues, you understand? What do you think will happen?
I think the situation is this of INEC. Anybody can become an
INEC boss.
But it doesn't matter your course of study or your field.
Yes.
What matters
is integrity.
It's integrity.
Yes.
An individual of high integrity can lead INEC and be successful.
And apart from integrity again,
and
there must be that spirit of nationalism.
Yes, that's why integrity.
Because you could have integrity,
yes,
but you don't have that spirit of nationalism.
You have an integrity, and that's where you protect the people's vote. You protect whatever the outcome of the result is, and you also make sure that if result is not clearly what the will of the people, you don't announce it. You ask them, take it back. I've worked in the field before where I say, no, this result, this is now, it's done, take it back, go and reconcile this result, this is the figure, take it back in the field. So if you can have individuals like that at the helm of affairs in the overall in INEC as a national chairman, that is perfect. We can have an engineer, you can have a mathematician to come and attend the National Electoral Commission as a chairman. Everything will work fine, but his power are limited. That's one thing, because I appointed you. So he who pays the piper dictates the tune. And up to now, INEC is not truly an independent institution until it fronts its resources. Understand? The appointment and its resources are coming from an independent source. But if it is the government, the same government or the same president that pays the salary, that gives you how much you want to use in the election, that pays you money, your allowances and the rest, and appoints you. Believe me,
that's the tune of
that
the
is
president.
where
I'm having a different views to that. I still look at INEC as an independent entity. It's all depends on how you play your card. If I thought it has not happened in this country, we would argue it. It has happened during Jega's reign. Like I've said, when Jega was about, when that drama was
but
on
there are
stage,
also instances.
Jega make a phone call. Everybody, it was live on TV.
Television, yeah.
Everybody saw, the whole world saw it. He received a phone call. That phone call could be interpreted in different directions.
So we don't know.
It could be that the president wants him to do otherwise, and
but we
say
don't know
no.
what the call
It
was
could
all
be
about.
one of the respected personality in the country and say that told the guy, giving the impetus, we are with you, stay put. It could be anything. But again, at that moment, it's a very critical moment.
So we don't
the
know what.
independency of Jega, of INEC, actually play out that place. Because at that particular time, if you actually, play to the whims and caprices of Ubebe and the other players there, Nigeria would have been in fire.
We actually don't know what
but
the
he
call was.
uphold the integrity, the independency. He uphold it then, and he went ahead, continued with the collection, announced the result, and the country.
So, if INEC is an independent, do you now have the confidence that the Amopichon, the new chairman of INEC, will do an independent work?
That's what I was saying now. The electoral empire.
You can have an institution, all right, an independent institution, but as long as there are people behind it who manipulate, who controls what is happening there, what do you think happened? It is still the same INEC that we have state commissioners and the INEC commissioners being appointed as accusation that these are party loyalists, APC party loyalists being appointed as INEC commissioners in this state, in this country right now. So, as an individual, if people are pessimistic about the independence of INEC,
yeah.
I don't think we should start asking questions about that, because already there are allegations of individuals being appointed as INEC commissioners who are party loyalists, who are members of this political party, and the rest. So, if people come out and say they don't have confidence in this independent electoral commission, I think you should give them the freedom to express themselves.
Okay, I understand what the buyer is saying. INEC is actually an independent institution.
Yeah,
right?
you can have
from your own perspective as well.
But it doesn't mean that it cannot be influenced.
It can be influenced because you are being funded by the government who favored you with a political appointment to come head this. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Those people who are favored are loyalists.
The State Electoral Commission, we've forgotten that when certain individuals were appointed, they said these individuals are members of the ruling party in the State Electoral Commission.
We saw that.
There was complaint.
Serious.
So how do you expect such? How do you expect such commission to be independent?
From the first place, their integrity has been doubted, and unfortunately, the people of the state did not protest it. If they protested and said they don't want,
they just spoke.
The governor have no idea, because the power of the governor.
Was that a fact?
Yeah,
it was a fact that these individuals are members of this political party.
they are.
We saw the INEC chair was a former chairman of the All Progressives,
who was being suspended.
So
probably
suspended and later favored to become the state INEC chairman. So
appointed by the same political party.
Yes. Are you not trying to tell me that this person
will be an independent individual?
Okay, now look at it. Let's, so that we can move on.
Yeah.
If in the country, what we needed now is for the system to work.
Yes.
For the system to work, everybody must own up to his responsibility. If INEC is trying to uphold its independency, the security should do their job professionally. And I want to commend the security architecture of the country, who actually oversee the election during Goodluck Jonathan, during Jega. People are saying Jonathan have no choice, but again, opportunity come but once. If no matter what Jonathan have, that slight opportunity he make use of have glorified him globally today. Now, are you telling me at that time that the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who was President Goodluck Jonathan then, who has the soldiers, the police, the DSS, and all other security on his palm, It's just to order them.
So, but he didn't, right?
And ask the police. All you need to do is say, soldier, police, leave the environment. Already you're having the likes of Tompolo and Asari Dokubo, who said it's going to be fire for fire. They must go. He said must. He threatened the country.
But now they
have the boys. All you need to do is to bring those boys from the creek.
But
the president will now ask the soldiers, police withdraw.
To withdraw.
You think Jega and his ad hoc staff or staff and other people there have the capacity
so
to
that's why
withstand the
if
fire?
the head of the state, if the head of the president, he's the only one who would allow an electoral umpire to be truly independent.
No, the president wasn't allowed.
No.
Okay. Look at what happened.
If he tries to look at what you just said now, Goodluck Jonathan allowed INEC to work independently.
Okay, it's one thing for you.
It's another thing also to have another president who will not allow it to work independently.
Okay, even if you allow it, if you know you swore an oath to protect the territorial integrity of the country, it's better you be fired than you put the country on fire.
Yes.
Look at what that soldier did that is being celebrated today. A single action that doesn't last for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you look at the video, okay, the particular action doesn't last for more than 2 minutes. It's not up to 2 minutes. The action, the soldier that changed the whole thing. He knows that he is a honorable minister.
He knows that.
And he knew that he's one of the joker in this government. One of the minister who the president respected so much. You understand? He knows the power Wike moves with. That's not enough. Wike came with fully armed mopols and policemen. You understand? To that direction. Wike have the president, have the police, have ministerial position, have the FCT. But the soldiers stood his ground and said, you say you are a fool. He said, I am not a fool. I have integrity. I'm a commissioned officer. Those words actually humbled the minister. He humbled him. And he has no choice. So if you today, as the chief of the military or police or any of the organization, you know that you have sworn to an oath to uphold the territorial integrity of the country, that you do not allow a crisis to break out. If you see anything that is going to cause crisis, you have to close your eyes and do your work professionally.
That's why I'm
not
saying,
minding the fact that it is this person who gave me the job. Who gave you the job?
Yeah.
Did he pick you on the streets?
I have the same opinion.
You go through trainings and become what you are. You earn the position.
I have the same opinion, but that doesn't mean that the security agency can also not be influenced.
Well, I'm not saying we cannot have perfect system. No system is perfect, but relatively, are you telling me that during the Jega, you can't tell me that all the police, all the security, the police, the soldier, all follow suit? There are some people that will compromise. If you are working as a team, join task force. If others people compromise and you steal your gun, they cannot have what they want peacefully now. Even if they're going to have their way, there's going to be with the delay. That little delay can change the whole thing. Exactly. That delaying Wike yesterday not to go into that land have actually saved Nigeria from extending fires. Because if they actually forcefully break into that land yesterday, the soldiers are only holding firearms. There were few, but the moment they cock their guns, it's going to be extended fire. The minister will have to really help us to save his life. And before you know it, if there is crisis in Abuja, other military here, police and soldier, it will be a news in the whole media that soldier, police in Nigeria are having war. And we are having a very fragile whatever now. It could escalate. Nobody can tell.
Yes.
So I don't know if you understand what I mean. So Wike should allow system, and this government should please allow the system to work, because it is because of the working system that today you are able to be in the position you are today. If Goodluck have actually wanted to personalize things and make Nigeria to be a personal team, honestly, only God knows what will happen today. Wouldn't have even enjoying democracy we're enjoying today. So I think that is...
All right, so thank you very much, Usman Apaya and Ibrahim Gimba. Here, a message says that Wike don't have manners, but he needs to be called to order. Somebody from Kontagura wrote that to us. Now, in those days, governance is a service to humanity, but nowadays it's a service to families and friends. of the so-called privileged few, the rulers and government. What a shame. This one is from Omar from Maitama. Wow, this one is from Maitama. Oh, that's nice. All right, headlines here are saying all right, thank you very much for staying tuned, Terry. Moving on with some headlines here. It says, Amechi here says, how cabal in Buhari's government blocked electoral reforms. Former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has alleged that a powerful cabal within former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration frustrated efforts to implement genuine electoral reforms. Sometimes I wonder, Mr. Apaya and IG, you knew this, but when you were there, you didn't say anything till when you're done. Why just wait till when you're done? Are you afraid to lose your position?
Yes. That's what happens. It's not even in Nigeria alone. Even in developed countries, there are cases.
So you have to be quiet
yes,
to secure your position.
You have to secure your position, or to where when you are done, threatened with your life. For example, you find there were a lot of cases in the United States, especially this particular one, where a security officer, when he was there, he was asked to do a lot of things, but he couldn't say no until he left. Until he left the office, that they started confessing of what they were doing. They knew in them that it was wrong, but they had to continue because they were told to do so. Some of them have the guts to leave the office and say, I cannot do this.
To resign and just...
I'm resigning, I cannot do this. And then they come to the public and say it. And sometimes it comes with repercussion. So it's happening everywhere. People will not say anything until they leave office, until they enjoy. That's why they get criticized for why didn't you quit when they were told to do that and you couldn't do it.
All right, no going back on convention, says PDP. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has vowed to proceed with preparations for its elective national convention slated for November 15 and 16th, despite a fresh federal high court order restraining it from doing so.
This PDP convention, I think we will just observe and we will just sit down and watch what is going to happen on that date, if there will be a convention or not, because this forth and back argument in the court, in and out of the court and all this, I think I don't want to even talk about it. I just want to wait till that day. Will you hold or not?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you even have the strength to talk about, or due respect to talk about PDP. I think we have just move on, Koi. PDP.
Issues over PDP National Convention. Another headline. It's barely 4 days to its planned national convention. The People's Democratic Party is undecided over whether one of its biggest events, the national convention, would hold as scheduled. That, of course, is another headline. Then lawyers, CSO, knock Wike over altercation with soldiers. Now, lawyers and a civil society group have flayed the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, over his altercation with a military officer over the demolition of property belonging to an ex-chief of naval staff yesterday. Of course, we've talked about that. Why senators wanted to impeach Akpabio. Let's see this. Former governor of Abia State and senator representing Abia North, Oji Uzo Kalu, yesterday revealed that the recent attempt to impeach Senate President Godswill Akpabio was thwarted through the intervention of lawmakers committed to protecting the integrity and stability of the 10th Assembly. Mr. Paya, they want to protect the integrity of the 10th Assembly. Meanwhile, they wanted to impeach him kind of, but they came together and said, no, let's not do that. Let us protect the 10th Assembly according to them here. So I don't know if you have
no matter how whatever integrity you want to protect, it is going to be there in records written with an indelible ink that the 10th Assembly leadership, the Senate President, have had issue with Senator Natasha, a serving senator, who accused him of sexual advances. And the 10th Assembly turned its eye away from that. And that the 10th Assembly used who is having the leader who is having issue with Natasha, use the whole of the 10th Assembly. You understand? Took Natasha to court using the 10th Assembly. The 10th Assembly, who is struggling to protect its integrity, it will be there in records that you can go and protest. You who voted us into power can go and protest where we'll be in our own rooms, comfort zone, eating and dining. Go and protest. Still, all keep on protecting integrity while already your dirty laundry is washed outside. Everywhere they have seen that. There are a lot of things that they do. I'm surprised that they even have the ghost to come and talk about integrity.
Exactly.
You just continue to do what you are doing, so that after you are done,
You go.
Yeah.
Then Nigeria will placate all those
so
shenanigans to you.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any integrity.
this 10th Assembly has a lot of issues, the dirty things happening there. One of them is that this 10th Assembly has been giving check. Oh yeah, go to this administration anytime they want to go and borrow money outside. Nigeria is borrowing and borrowing. We are wallowing in borrowing and also wallowing in paying this money we are borrowing.
It's an integrity they're protecting now.
Is that an integrity? This is a country where your budget, your yearly budget, where servicing this debt is close to taking half of this budget. Whatever we are budgeting, do you know how much we pay in servicing this debt we have already accumulated? And it is this National Assembly, the 10th National Assembly, that has been giving the president the go-ahead. Anytime he comes, go ahead. There was even an accusation that when there was time the president came with permission to go and borrow, and they refused to open it to the House to debate on. It was this 10th Assembly. It is this 10th Assembly that suspended in Dume for 3 months
For speaking truth to power.
for speaking truth about budget padding.
And even the like of Abdul Ningi was too equally suspended.
Oh, the same thing.
Natasha was suspended.
So what are we saying? It is the same individual whose utterances and Nigerians are not happy with.
And the same 10th Assembly who is having a budget of 2025 and 2024 running concurrently.
Yes.
And it's okay.
And it's
so
okay.
It's an integrity. They are protecting integrity.
Is that what you are saying?
According to them.
So Nigerians, believe me, if you take sample of opinions in the public, Nigerians will be happy to see that Akpabio is impeached and another person is brought in.
You know, Akpabio have integrity to protect when he said he doesn't have the capacity to speak against Trump. You know, that's what
he said that recently.
If a lawmaker in the National Assembly in the US, we are both sovereign nations. Forget the fact that America is a developed country. We equally are coming, but whatever we have that that sovereignty that is guarding everybody. The same sovereignty they are enjoying is what we are enjoying. But somebody who speak about your country, you have no this thing to talk about his own country, but he talk about you. You know, call your government, told you
Call your country a disgraced country.
A disgraced nation.
And you don't have an answer.
Somebody who say you are a disgrace to your family, you don't have the power to retaliate or to respond to that person as a number 3 citizen.
Mr. Paya.
And you are still having integrity to protect.
Remember he said when Senator Barrow made a statement, he said okay, they voted that okay they're going to sit down and respond in a uniform way.
And a formal way.
Up till now. Senate has not responded.
They will not, but he told you that he doesn't have the power to respond to Trump.
But he said National Assembly will go and sit down. They will go and sit down and find a common ground and then respond. Up till now, they have not responded.
Yesterday, Obasanjo told you that under his watch, as a leader of the country, whether president or former head of states, United States of America dare not come to Nigeria, Africa, or act in Africa without the consent of Nigeria.
Yes.
Obasanjo dared, he said this to the world under his watch. Now, under a democratically, elected president, what America is advocating. America is advocating for having a democratic system across the globe. Nigeria is having a democracy that's almost 26 years now, but yet our leaders are too timid
to speak
to somebody who insults you bluntly.
And don't forget, they have the legislative immunity, where a member can speak in that chamber and nobody's going to hold him or her responsible. That immunity is there, and you can't even speak.
You see the immunity. I think the immunity is within the comfort of the National Assembly and the country.
Yes.
They are having the fear of losing that immunity the moment they land at the US.
That is it. That's just
so
it.
That one is another protection of integrity of the 10th Assembly.
Integrity.
Okay, let's go.
All right, here we are also here with some headlines. PDP wins all seats unopposed in Taraba local government polls. It says the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has swept all chairmanships and councillorship seats in the local government elections conducted across Taraba State's 16 local government areas on Saturday after running unopposed. Chairman of the Taraba State Independent Electoral Commission, Dr. Philip Due, announced the result on Sunday, declaring PDP candidates winners in all the chairmanship and councillorship seats.
Wow.
All right, that of course is that on Taraba
it's
State.
It's a normal political phenomenon in the country.
In this country.
Takes it all.
I tell you. This is nice. Nigerians Nigeria's hard-working citizens deserve better business climate. Nigerians are not lazy. Every day, millions of small business owners, artisans, and tech innovators push the boundaries of creativity in an economy that often seems determined to frustrate them. Each day confront a myriad of obstacles in the process of carrying out their businesses. The power shortages and rising cost of insecurity that threatens them, but still,
the people are just struggling to make sure that.
Mr. Pai, have you seen? You see, I see reason why we don't protest. I think this when you talk about intervention, spiritual intervention, Baba no they like answer. But I think it's something that has kept this nation going. When there's problem in this country, they tell you, the Muslims will tell each other, go and pray. The Christians will come together, go and pray. That's why I seriously do not believe that it is only one set that is being killed in Nigeria, one religion. Now again, when you look at situations, Nigerians easily adapt to anything that comes their way. And that's why I feel that our leaders today are taking that as, you get my point? I don't know, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, from my perspective, they're using that because we are weak. See,
I'm not taking
the next thing is go and pray, go and do this, go and do that.
It just depends on
and then we relax.
Nigeria is a country of multiple ethnic groups, in ethnicity in diversity, and that thing has we are bound together in one. That's why our differences, but we have peculiarities. If you talk about protesting or speaking truth to power, or there is peculiarities. For instance, in the northern part of the country now, where our political leaders always believe in God, using religion to always talk people down. Once you want to talk, they say Allah yachi and Nabi yachi. Adenga kwantar da ku. Once you want to rise to speak, they will begin to ask, who is your father? You have no moral, upbringing. The next thing now, you'll be shut down. But go to a typical Yoruba setting or Igbo setting, or even the South. When you see people doing some certain things, call God. You see if you can deceive them with God. Okay, you are going to church, we are all going to church.
Yeah.
You are going to mosque, we are all going to mosques. And they know that no any leader is there to serve God, to serve his religion. It's either you are serving the people or you are serving your pocket. So what do you want to tell us? God thing is in the mind. So you don't go there. But my first time of going to Bayelsa, I had issue when I was calling God. What would message my friend? Keep quiet. This is not God. This is you. From that day, I learned a lesson. I take my time. You understand? So that is where things work. You don't just come and deceive people. Okay, now I'm digressing a little bit. This Muslim ticket, where did it work? Is it not in the north? The north that has the majority vote is the same north where they play out this Muslim ticket. Please tell me, between you and your God, after the Muslim ticket, what benefit did the Muslims, as a as a group, enjoy single-handedly that the Christians are not suffering? What did the Muslims enjoy? Okay, do we have mosques being built here and there? Islamians could be here and there.
Is mosques what we need now? There is enough mosques.
Because that is what our politician does. If somebody have some resources, the resources that is meant to provide social amenity for you, which is being diverted, the next thing now, Bamu de Masalachi, they build more for you. Bamu de Makaranta, Islamia, they build for you. The same people who are preaching the gospel of don't do that. You see somebody appear in a Mumbari and say, pray for this leader. He has built more for us. This board you are saying built for us. Did he build it with his own personal resources?
Yeah.
Or you go to government house and build mosques because you are a Muslim and you want Muslim ummahs to begin to throw alcohol in that same government house. So these are some of the things. This is how we use religion to this house. And the earlier we get ourselves oriented and educated on this, the better for us, because it will take us to nowhere. In China, there's no
religion is not even
and look
there.
at how the system is working.
On top of their priority.
Even American that is coming to say genocide, Christian genocide in
are they really
Nigeria.
practicing? When was the last time Trump went to church?
So
when was the last? Have you ever seen the picture of Trump in a church?
So that is what we say. So I think it's better for us to get ourselves educated on this thing. Please do not allow people to bring issue of religion to deceive you, because religion is a thing of heart.
Yes, the economy. Understand, economy affect everybody, irrespective your religion or any other social stand. Understand, economy affect it. You are a businessman, you are a welder. See, it is this country that I see welders doing their work with generator, small generator, and they are fueling it. If there is stable electricity, they wouldn't have been using generator. So now the country is still frustrating businesses. It is I know a lot of individuals who have businesses, and these businesses rely on electricity, but they don't have it, and now they spend a lot of money buying petrol, and at the end of the day, believe me, they don't see any profit. Sometimes all the money they get, it's on the petrol. So, and you're not telling me that the economy is good? How do you want to improve the economy when one of the elements that will support the growth of economy is not there? That is electricity. How will they grow? That is a problem.
That's a problem. I think our part of the town is in fast. Right, call us.
Yes, let's pick some comments on Facebook, and then we begin to pick your calls this morning on the show. All right, thank you very much, listeners, for staying tuned. Here are some of the comments that came that was written on our Facebook page. Abukin Mesoya Adam says, Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. How are you doing? Thank you very much. Haruna Saidu says, good morning. Badeggi Radio. Thank you very much. He says here, Captain Doug, okay. Usman Apaya, what happened in Abuja yesterday is so horrible. This shows that our politician supposed to know their limit. May Allah see us through, according to that message there. Okay, thank you very much. Let me start from behind. Now, Ibrahim Saleh says, I greet everybody in the studio. Wike says, it's out. Get out. This is a get out. All right, but he is the first to get out. Wow. Recorded. Sure, you saw what you said, but whatever you do, people will definitely keep records of those things. I salute the courage of AM Yarima, and 11/11 should be celebrated and to mark as a, you know what it means now, 11/11. That's
11.
Date 11, the month 11.
But this one will be September 11.
11/11. Nigeria.
No, September. Nigeria. Don't
wow.
11/11.
Well, we should celebrate this according to Ibrahim Saleh. And then Bello Abdullah says, I am not a fool, sir. I am an officer. Wiki collect. Yes, indeed. Okay. Bello Abdullah Yedu also says, I am not a fool. Okay, repeated that. Mohammed Isa Logma. Good morning, Badeggi FM. My greetings to Shaibu Badeggi. I never expect someone like Minister of Abuja should communicate with uniform man like that. Okay, according to what he wrote. Soldier will not take action without a law. What Wike is supposed to do was to look for the person that command that soldier. He don't finish. All right. Usman Alabi says, first time seeing Nigerians united again after a very long time, all thanks to Yerima. Whatever tribe you are, if you speak against Yerima, you go collect. Many are on standby to give you woto woto. All right, so be careful not to talk bad about Yerima. Yerima, big ups to you. Good morning, Badeggi Radio. The Nigerian military remains resolute and unshaken. While politicians may have intimidated the judiciary, INEC, and the police, they cannot humiliate or subdue the Nigerian armed forces. We must all stand together to defend this young officer and uphold the honor and integrity of our military. Good. That, of course, is Mohammed Ahmed there. Then Adamu Danjuman Usman says he deserves to be promoted. No, they guys followed the due process. Shuaibu Tanko, good morning. People's Radio, continue to do it well. Thank you. Usman Sudan also said, good morning, John Sule, Usman Apaya. May Almighty Allah bless you. From Omar Sudabi Road, Uphill Mina. Thank you. Miriam Hassan Riba says, good morning, Baba. Thank you. And then Abubakar Abdullah, Salam alaikum. The People's Radio, when downfall comes to unfair leaders, little things take them down. With people like A.M. Yerima, both uniform personnel and civilian cities, Nigeria didn't need Trump's assistance. Nigerians' problems are within Nigeria. Let's obey the rule of law and Nigerians will stand again. All right. And then we have Bala Benu Etsugaye. He says here that, good morning, Mr. John Sule, Usman Apaya, IG, and listeners. I commend the courage of the young army officer who refused to be bullied by Wike the bully. Now, the impunity and arrogance at which Wike operates, if not checked, will be disastrous for this country. How can one man hold PDP, FCT, and River State to ransom? There has never been a single individual in Nigeria that operates with his arrogance. I hope this serves as a wake-up call to people that Wike is not God. Applause to Mr. Governor for paying the 20,000 naira wage award to local government workers. However, calling on his attention to redeem the pledge to state workers as well. Mr. Governor should find a way to put those CNG buses to use. Well, for me, the CNG buses cannot be put to use now because the roads are bad for now. Let's be honest with one another. Where the one ply, Mr. IG, I don't know. Where the one follow.
For now, I think that's probably one of the reasons.
So sorry.
Why they have not been deployed yet. There's no road within the city.
But those buses don't spoil. Let's tell each other the truth.
Yes.
Zachary Abubakar, good morning to you all in the studio. What really happened yesterday between Emperor Wike and Yerima is really a shameful thing to the government of the day. If Wike should continue like this, the consequences will not be good. Federal government, take note. Let me also use this medium to commend Zamfara State Governor for hiring the qualified persons to teach several subjects in the public schools. If others would emulate him, I think no Nigerian citizens would go out of the country for the purpose of getting better education. Ibrahim Amechi also said, good morning, People's Radio. My capacity, Apaya, Sule, my namesake, Ibrahim Gimba. That Navy officer has written without going to war. Please, what is the update on Shinkafa Nupe's case? I hope our governor will follow due suit on out of school children. It's annoying to see children walking around town during school period. Now, thank you very much, Ibrahim there. Yeah, Mohammed
I think regarding that Shinkafa, we learned that he has been released, but we're going to call his legal.
Okay, before that, Bukar says, I am an officer and I have integrity. This statement is more than enough to give any reasonable person sleepless night. A.M. Yerima Naman Yubi. Alright, Iduna says good morning all. And then Abdul Jalil Omar says good morning, the People's Radio. and then he said there, under section 2172 of the 1999 Constitution and section 7 and 8 of the Armed Forces Act, only the president as commander-in-chief has command authority. I told you over the armed forces. Ministers, including defense, have administrative oversight, not operational control. Now, Wike should have known this. The officer did a well done job. So, Wike, I think somebody is saying here, shame on you. Joseph Ochejenu says, good morning, my good people of Badeggi family. Usman Apaya, what happened yesterday in Abuja, FCT military, and that young officer should show the maturity in display. President Tinubu should call Wike to order before it's too late. Now, Baba Yusuf says good morning, and then Usman Apaya, Captain Dogo, and others. The younger military officer, Yarima, is the son of General Mohammed Yarima.
Yes, I know.
And then one of the most respected army generals